New expansion is out for Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, and here is one of the most OP builds that can be played with all of the gear from the expansion. There's few things from the regular game, but mostly it's the things from the expansion. Soon I'll release a video with all of the items that can be obtained in the expansion. Unfortunately, I can't show the expansion enemies because I've killed them all, and the problem is that the big ones can't seem to respawn, or maybe I just haven't waited long enough, I don't know. So I got to Kunacht and started dealing with some of the enemies there, with the Blue Knight in the mix too. Also, there's an issue of the save file. I had to reinstall Windows recently and lost my saves for Tainted Grail. Thankfully, early access to the expansion came also with the save file, with a couple of items from the regular game, and that was about it. To be honest, I was too lazy to go around the regular world again collecting all the items to get the best builds possible, so I've decided to focus most of these builds that are going to come out, including this one, from only the stuff that can be obtained in the expansion. Let's get started with this build guide, you heavy-handed bastards. One of the weapons from the regular game that fits perfectly into this build, and it was just impossible to not use it, is the Ravencrest Executioner. I wasn't planning on using Ravencrest, but it's so damn good with this build that it's just a crime not to use it. In the second slot is Rageblade, a new weapon that increases critical damage by a lot for every enemy nearby. What we need then is more critical damage. Thankfully, there's an item called Head of Sign of the Depths that increases critical damage a lot. Cape can be whatever you want. There are a couple of good choices. For outside of the expansion, Dual Knight Cape is fine, or any other. I really don't remember anymore what good capes are there from the regular game. As for the expansion capes, anything that reduces damage dealt to you by creatures of Sarras, like the Lionheart Quiver or the Penitent Cloak, is a good choice. There are a couple of good gauntlets to be found in the expansion. Abyssal Air gauntlets are quite nice because it increases weapons base damage dealt by 10 points. Abyssal Air Cuirass is OP as heck because it enables automatic critical hits, like it says in the description. It's ridiculous for a build like this. Rings should be anything that increases damage in any way, like the perfect ring for a warrior. It doesn't increase damage by much, but 5% is 5%. I don't have many options, as I've said before. I'm sure there are better things that can be put here from the regular game. Abyssal Air Greaves are also really nice, because it increases damage after the dash by 33%. So we can load up the heavy attack and then dash into the enemy for maximum amount of damage. Good old must-have Swordsman Amulet in the second ring slot. As for the boots, slot in here whatever you like. I went with these ones, although it's not necessary. They don't really fit the build that well, so go crazy here. As you can see, I've also left relic slots free because, well, again, I couldn't be arsed farming for relics again. Rule of thumb is any relic that increases damage, slot it in. It's that simple. Main attribute is Perception, definitely put most points in it, but don't neglect Endurance and Strength. Just don't put all the points in the Perception. Have some in Endurance and a little bit in Strength too, it helps a lot. At around level 50 this would be the ideal setup. 10 points in Dexterity are a must for some of the gear that we are wearing. From here on out, level Perception, Strength and Endurance simultaneously. Now we're gonna go through the skill trees. Just copy what I've done in the video. There are other optional skill trees we can go for, like the Parry tree. That's very good for this type of a build, but then again most enemies will just flat out die. So we don't have to parry anything unless it's the Blue Knight or a couple of the bosses. Optional thing, but it can work really well. Or if you want more survivability, Arbor tree. In the video I left only the most essential upgrades. And now for the new mechanic, the new skill tree. What we need is the warrior one, the left side. It benefits heavy attack builds tremendously, so that's why I'm going for it. It also helps in draining opponents of stamina and increasing damage based off of missing stamina. Perfect fit. There's an important upgrade that increases damage from heavy attacks by 100% if we hold the attack for 3 seconds. That's why I'm holding the heavy attack for so long before dropping it down. It's because of that upgrade. How to play? Very simple. Hold the heavy attack for 3 seconds, drop it down, kill the enemy. There's only few enemies that can survive the initial burst, but even if they do, they will die from the second hit. Remember to increase the damage even further with the Byssal Hair Greaves. We can hold the heavy attack in the air and then dash into the enemy and then drop it down. This is going to activate the buff 33% increased damage after the optimal dash. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the build. Patreon, subscribe, star links in the description. I'm gonna put soon a review of the expansion there, and stay tuned to the channel because there's more stuff to come for Tainted Grail expansion.